just so you know.
Oh.
Hailing frequencies are open.
They were like, come on, get up. You twisted your ankle. Stop being a girl. And I was like, no, I've broken my leg. And they're like, no. Come on. I was like, move my leg and my leg went in the middle. They all went, you broke your leg. It's like,
Ouch.
There we go. So, medical emergency on deck already. With Matt telling us about the time he went paintballing. Lovely.
Yep.
Fantastic. So, welcome everyone to Hailing Frequencies and Star Trek Livingstone in the house. Yes, we have Ed with us, Captain Eelin Wraal.
Hello, everybody.
Chris.
Hello.
Chief Zankir Bav Gronnahk. We have Physician Heal Thy Own Broken Leg, Dr. Bosh Matt.
good
And
evening.
in the science seat, we have Amy, Lieutenant Commander Davok.
Hello.
How is everyone doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, we'll say good. We'll say good.
Doing okay. Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yes. We're all
Agreed.
glad to be here. It's excellent. So we have in the chat, we have the Jaunty Goblin. Hello, Jaunty. And we have Captain Quinn as well. Hello, Captain.
Greetings.
Hello.
So, how did we feel last week? Well, Matt, you're excluded from this discussion, obviously.
I'm feeling very annoyed with the lack of decent internet in Gloucester is how I'm feeling.
Gloucester's fine. It was just your hotel, I think.
Well, actually, Gloucester seems to be a bit of a weird black hole of everything, but the hotel was particularly nice little hotel, but it was built in like 14 something, and so seemed to have all sorts of gremlins in the wiring.
I love Gloucester. It's one of my favourite places. But
I get to go there every week, apart from this week, because most people weren't in for this week, so it was cancelled. But next week and the week after, and all the way to August, I will be in Gloucester every Wednesday. It'll be fun.
Oh,
fun.
excellent. You have to take me with you one day.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, that's a date. Fantastic.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
So, anyway, we did struggle on without you. We waited a while, but we did carry on. How does everyone feel about what happened last week then?
I am suspicious.
I hope
Oh,
I
what are
rolled
you
better
suspicious
this
of?
The Davok, mostly. There's weirdness afoot.
Suspicious
Oh,
of
who
Davok?
Yes. Davok is
You think
acting
Davok was-
illogically.
Behaving out of character?
Yes, I do.
What does the
It's
captain
not
think?
unknown for Vulcan officers to suddenly do strange things to a ship and insist it goes zooming off other directions for reason or reasons unknown.
Logic reason. Logic reason.
That Davok has yet to reveal.
Oh, I explained all of it. Didn't I?
Did you?
I can confirm you gave an explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what does the captain think's going on then?
Oh, I did, this convoy duty's got complicated already. We knew it would, didn't it? Just an easy convoy run. Yeah, like those ever exist in any part of Trek.
No.
They do in Star Trek Adventures when it's your first mission.
Yes. Well, this turned very quickly from Star Trek Adventures into very, very nearly a little bit of Wing Commander 1 back on the old PC for a brief. So, with due deference to my other side character, there's no angry space cats in this one.
No angry.
No, he was in the
space
last
cats.
campaign.
Indeed. No angry space cats at present, at least. Well, shall we fill Dr. Bosh in on what's been going on and catch up and lead ourselves back in, as we normally do, with a log.
First Officer's Log, Stardate 57376.9. Zankir Bav Gronnahk reporting. Our first mission into the Shackleton Expanse was a very simple one. Or that was the plan, at least. 3 freighters were taking some much-needed supplies to Array 35, a deep space research outpost, and we were to escort them due to Orion pirate activity in the area. We were joined in this exercise by the IKS Mupui, commanded by a surly Klingon named Akul. Captain Akul has more familiarity with this region and its strange subspace anomalies and distortions. Not long into the journey, we started to encounter these anomalies, and they are somewhat more violent than reports would suggest. On top of that, the Mupui seemed to suffer some kind of explosion on board, knocking out its main power systems. They have life support, but not much else. Klingons are a famously stoic race, so it's not a small thing that Captain Akul signaled us requesting assistance, which our own captain, Wraal, agreed to. Before we had chance to send an engineering team, another anomaly passed us by, and our science officer, Davok, took control of the con and laid in a pursuit course. Don't ask me why, but the captain went along with this. So here we are, some distance from the convoy, scanning and opening communications to an anomaly. Surprise, surprise, we get nothing back. And the Mapui has just hailed to tell us they are being attacked by pirates. It's probably a good job I'm on board as ship's counselor. I think the crew is going to need some therapy after this. Gronnahk knows I'm going to need some myself, as well as a nice hot mud bath to relax in. Assuming we survive, of course.
And that brings us back in, so thank you very much, Zankir, for your log there. So we're straight back in. The communication from Captain Akul of the Mupui. I mean, it was choppy communication at best, and it has just shut off. Whether he's closed communications or it's been closed for him, you don't know. What would you like to do?
Well, first of all, Davok, we've not got it. Have you finished trying to talk to the anomaly?
I'm still pressing buttons.
Okay, we can come back and get that, but the convoy is of use and importance. Regardless of what you need to be looking at there, we can come back. Right, helm, set course back for the convoy. Fullest speed. Are we a warp away or are we full impulse away?
You're a warp away.
A warp away, excellent.
A warp away.
Warp.
A warp away, a warp away.
Yeah. A warp away. 0.9.
In the expanse, the Shackleton Expanse.
Klingon sleeps tonight.
And they will do it. They will be permanently if we don't get back there. Helm, set course back to the Mapui, full warp. 9 will do.
Okay.
You want to be able to stop when we get there.
So, maximum warp back. You head on back. You do have a little bit of time.
If everybody's ready, red alert, shields up.
Oh,
Oh, I was not prepared.
Oh.
I wasn't ready.
We need a code word before the red alert code word.
Well, maybe I'll just make some sort of wild hand gestures beforehand.
I thought the code was if everybody's ready.
But we didn't establish that
That's
as
not the
a
code.
code. But now we know.
Now
Well,
we
now
know.
I know.
So,
As we're approaching, Davok, can you make an approach scan? What is happening over there to see if they said Orion? They said they're being attacked by pirates, but I want to see what we're coming up against before we go. As we emerge, all guns blazing.
you're not quite within scanning range yet. You've probably got another 5 minutes.
Okay. My plan will be to scan, ready for an approaching tactical scan, Davok. So stand by for that.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do on approach?
Checks Livingstone's stats because I haven't seen them for a while.
Okay.
So we've got the new ones.
Yeah, especially as we've got
Yes.
the version 2.
Well, thankfully, somebody linked that in our Discord earlier.
Thankfully.
Wise.
Indeed. Okay, whilst you're looking that up, Davok, give me... Oh, just to remind you from where we are left off from last time, you have 6 momentum. Because we are
Lovely.
mid sort of session that just went over. And I have 7 threat.
Oh, fun.
Quite a lot of threat there still.
Yes. So, Davok, what specifically are you scanning for?
What did you want me to scan for?
Well, we want to see what we're coming up against. So I want to see number of enemy vessels and type, if possible.
Yeah. What's the ship situation?
Okay, well, just general. You don't need to do a specific scan
Battle
for that.
tactic.
There are 5 ships showing on your sensors.
Oh,
There is a Klingon Cavort class bird of prey. There are
That's
3
the Mapuy.
freighters, and there is an Orion interceptor.
uh-oh. What do we know about Orion interceptors?
Ooh, that's a good question. What do you know? What would you like to know?
Something that's going to be useful.
Shield.
I don't know what to ask. So
What their size and their armament would be.
Shield modulation frequencies.
Yeah.
You don't have that because that changes quite regular. However, Davok, you can give me an insight and science roll, assisted by the ship's computers and security. I'm going to make this a difficulty 2 because you're under pressure to call up information from a database that has a lot of information in it.
okay. Should I take a momentum then?
We've got 6.
Do
You,
Yeah.
grab one.
All right.
Burn
I roll
a
3
momentum
dice.
like it's going
Rolling
out of
quick.
fashion.
I rolled a 9, so that's under. A 16, that's over. A 4, so that's 2.
Okay,
The
that's
ship
2
gets-
successes. And the ship gets roll as well.
I'll do it. What was the roll?
Computers and security. So you just need to get under 16 to get your momentum
That
back.
is an 11.
11,
Yay,
so you get your
3.
momentum back. So you wanted to know size. Orion interceptors are scale 3, so they're not big ships by any stretch of the imagination.
What are we
Uh,
for relativity?
We're a 4, I
Scale
believe.
4.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're a
cool.
bit smaller, but they'd be dwarfed by a galaxy class kind of thing. They are armed with disruptor cannons and photon torpedoes, shield emitters, tractor beam. What else do you want to know?
And with my bonus bit of information that I get for free being the science guy,
Okay.
I Have they got a particular weakness we can exploit?
A weakness you can exploit. They tend, Orions in general, will run from a fight that they are losing. They don't fight to the death. They're not that sort of people.
I will relay all that information over to the captain.
Thank you. So for clarity, essentially we have, where is it? It's one enemy ship attacking. That's what we've got, yes?
Well, what you can see on sensors is 5 ships.
Yeah, gotcha. Sorry, I'm just laying my tactical display out here.
Yeah, okay. And you drop out of warp, and indeed the Orion Interceptor does have its tractor beam on one of the freighters, the middle one, for what it's worth.
That means it'll be quite close to that one, won't it, for a tractor beam?
It is fairly close. Now, one of you, roll me a d20.
Ooh, shall I?
Go on, do it.
I don't want this responsibility.
Prerogative.
I've got a 7.
A 7. As the Livingstone drops out of warp, it seems you get the drop on them. They weren't expecting you. We are going to go into rounds for
Round
combat.
speed.
So, just to remind you, the way this works in terms of scale, because the Livingstone is a scale 4, it gets 4 turns in a round. The Orion ship gets 3, but they alternate, so it'll be Livingstone, Orion, and so on. You can, in each action, you can do a minor action and a major action, or a task rather, as it's called in the book. So minor actions might be things like manoeuvring, targeting, beaming, doing repairs, things like that. Major actions are the bigger stuff like shooting.
Winning.
So your shields are up.
Good.
That's good.
Well, red alert. So power is to weapons.
Power is to weapons.
Come in hot. So actually, what's our range to our enemy target?
You are in close range.
In close range. All right. Okay, I'm just going to. That is good. That gives us a great advantage on our weapons already. So my suggestion would be that actually we actually give them a barrage of fire straight away, especially considering the Livingstone has cannons which are best at close range, so suffer no additional difficulty for being well. Cannons have more difficulty if they're anything other than close range. Phasers, it's medium, and then everything of photons is best at long range. So yeah, I think who's got? He says, just checking. Upside is firing weapons is control and security assisted with the ship's weapons and security. So who's got good security floating about? Or good control? I
believe first is at the tactical station.
Oh, good. First, target that ship, full cannons, and open fire.
Yes.
You may fire when ready.
Just definitely not having to find firsts because I only had Boshes up.
You mean you don't remember this stuff?
Funnily enough, no. But I definitely rolled one fail as a 17. The second one is a 12. I'm just trying to find out whether that's below.
A 12 is surely going to be below.
So, fairly good tactics.
Sorry, I'm not prepared.
No, you're okay.
Because I can't remember whether it was in general or planning and prep, which is why I just can't find it.
Where have I hidden her stats book?
Well, I've got her stats up here somewhere.
We talk a lot in these channels. It's very difficult to find things.
We do. I'm going to sling this over onto Discord for you. Bear with me.
Yeah, meantime, I'll throw a dice for the Livingstone's weapons and security, which is a mighty 13 plus 4 for 17. Nice. And we get a 12, so 1 success in from the ship.
Nice.
Okay, and the other 12, the 12 that first rolled is definitely going to be a success.
Oh yeah, I mean if your security
It's
is
got
probably
to
a
be,
5.
yeah. Security is 5, and it's control and 5, which is 15.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, okay. So that is a hit. So how much damage does... This is a phase of cannons, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's roll 9 dice.
Okay.
And we have the versatile 2 quality. So if we... the phases have versatile 2 quality, which means if it's a successful attack, and the attack is successful, we succeeded and hit it, we gain 2 momentum. So we've just stacked up our momentum back to 6.
I can tell you would not have gained any momentum because you're already at 6. But it's good to know.
Okay, so the first 5, we got 2 hailing frequency logos.
Okay.
And a 2 blast.
2 2s, yeah. Okay.
No, so 2 hailing frequencies and 1 2.
Oh, right, okay.
And the next 4 are another 2 and another hailing frequency.
Okay, so that is
7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points.
So any that didn't hit Matt with nothing, if you want to spend 1 momentum, you can re-roll any of the ones that came up with nothing.
Okay, yeah, so we can re-roll another 4.
Yeah.
We had 4 blanks. Of those 4, I've got 3 more hailing frequency symbols.
Okay.
And the fast one is the single big blast.
Okay, that's also 1, so that is 11 in total.
Ooh,
That makes a world of difference.
So did we just hit on every dice? Nice.
Did indeed. And yes, the Orions suffer an engine breach.
oh no, what a shame.
So need to make a note of that. Yeah, you do some serious damage there. For what it's worth, if it was the 7, it would not have been a breach because the ship does, even though the shields aren't up, because you've caught them with their pants down.
Polarise the whole plating.
They do resist, their hull does resist some damage. So, that was a good round. However, it is their turn. Their first minor action is, funnily enough...
Get their shields up.
Change their underpants.
It's going to be to deactivate the tractor beam.
Oh,
Yeah.
well done. Didn't even have to say twice.
Get your hands off my ship.
I'm going to spend a threat to give them a second minor action,
Quite right, too.
which is going to be to raise the shields.
Ooh, we're quickly get up.
Quite.
Remember, as they've suffered, did they suffer? They suffered a breach with that attack then because it was more than 5 damage.
Did suffer an engine breach, yes.
So they lose for this sort of round of combat. They lose one of their turns essentially. So if they had 3, that means because they suffered the breach, basically they've got 2 rounds. So they've got this round, and then we go. Then they've got 1 more round, and then we finish off, and then we start again.
Do they lose a turn? I know they lose a power, one of their power.
Yeah, but they also learn. They also lose. They lose a
go.
A go. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So they are, however, going to. You'll be shocked. Shocked, I tell you to hear. They are going to. No, I can't do that. Yeah, they're going to return fire. So we are looking at control and security plus weapon and security is okay, and control and security is that right. So let's have 2 of them and that one for the ship. Oh shit. Okay, they get 1 success and a complication.
Oh no!
Oh, they're poor engines.
So they come blasting in return fire. However, a stray shot hits the freighter that they were just tractor beaming.
No.
And destroys it.
Oh.
That was supposed to be a complication for them, poor freighter.
That
It is.
because I know what's
their
going on
goodies.
behind the scenes. That is a complication for them, I can assure you. Right. Your go.
Right. Stuff to do.
Their shields are now up.
We attack their weak points for massive damage.
Yeah, well, we can scan for weakness, which will
They've
make
got
our...
an engine breach.
What did scan for weakness do last time? Okay. It did something cool.
Doesn't scan for weakness give you lower the difficulty? for hitting?
Yes, it does. That's right. Which just means we can burn more momentum on doing cool things.
Is that what you wish to do with your minor action?
Is that a minor action though? It is.
Scanning for weakness got to be a minor action.
I think in combat, in ship combat, it's actually an action to take because it's control and science assisted by the sensors and the sensors and security of the ship, as it's a sensor operations task. So more minor actions are more like changing position on the ship or taking over control of a different station, but only in terms of ship combat.
Okay.
Or at least.
Have a look at the book.
So, I mean, though, to be fair, we could. Or should we grab them with a tractor beam? Now we've towed them up in their engine. Yeah, that might be. Now we've shot their engines out. What do you think? Grab them with a tractor beam? Bridge crew. Tactical options.
Thinking.
We already breached their hull. We don't want to hit them too hard. But another maybe detonate a torpedo just off their bow, just to take out any electrical systems.
Interesting suggestion. However, they're in close with the convoy as well, and they've already taken out one freighter with their own wild spaffing shots.
We use a tractor beam ourselves, but push them out of the way. So, like, invert the tractor beam.
Mm-hmm. That actually
Repulsor beam.
Repulsor beam, yeah.
Okay, I'm liking that idea. Perhaps, yes, okay. Mr. Zankir, lock on a tractor beam and basically hold that ship.
Aye, sir. I will do so.
Okay.
To be
Zankir.
Control and security.
Zankir is the most repulsive. It's his.
Assisted by the ship's structure and security. Difficulty 2.
I'm going to take a momentum for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okey-doke.
Okay.
I got 2 successes and almost a natural 20. I got a 19 on the other one. 2 successes.
Okay. Livingstone rolled a 13 to assist, so no assistance from the ship.
No assistance from the ship, so you burn the momentum. However, the tractor beam does lock on. Okay. So. The Orions are going to try something. So this is security. So 13 plus 13 plus 7, 13 and 14. Okay. I'm going to spend a threat to re-roll any dice. Don't need to, however. Oh my god, yes. You watch as the Orion ship remodulates its shields in such a way that it breaks free from the tractor beam.
Slippery.
You now have 2 goes.
Right. Actually, I think.
Ash their shields down.
They just remodulated them.
Yeah, we take a pop to try and properly cripple them.
Yes, we can do. Now, as first has already had a round or a go in this round. That has to be someone else has a go at that. But it's very easy as a minor action to basically take over weapons control and have another go yourself. So I better do that from here. So as a minor action, I'll switch. Basically, I'll take over weapons control to the captain's chair.
Okay.
And I think, close range. It could be a devastating hit anyway. But they've taken out a freight already. I'm not particularly given to liking pirates like Queen Victoria. So I will open fire with the phaser cannons.
Before you do, I'm curious to know what makes you think that these pirates are anything like Queen Victoria.
I don't know. They small and wear lots of black.
Queen Elizabeth I loved pirates.
Yeah, very profitable.
Yeah.
Sorry, privateers, definitely not pirates.
Yes, not a pirate.
No.
Not a pirate. This is a simple business transaction. Or I'm a pirate, I've got a license.
Yes.
Actually, thinking on it, before I push the button and remove the ship from my view screen, open a hailing frequency to that ship, which...
Roll credits.
So, your minor action was to switch control of the weapons to yourself.
Mhm.
Your major action wants to be to force communications open. Yes.
Yeah, open a hail to that ship, which
Okay.
actually is a task as I require on this one. It's control and engineering with communications and engineering.
Yes.
Sounds like a job for Davok.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do it that way.
We'll see. What skills you need?
It is a difficulty 0 task.
It's just
but
it just
that
stacks
is
the momentum.
to hail them. Is that what you're doing? Is just hailing them, or are you trying to force communications?
Well, we want to basically get a message through here. I want to talk to them.
Of course.
Well,
Yeah, sure.
Just to clarify, because I'm not sure which way that is. To open a hailing frequency is basically like ringing someone. It's up to them whether or not they answer it. To force a communication through is kind of a different thing. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yes, let's do that. Let's make them hear us.
Right. It'll be the same role, however, difficulty 2 to force yourself onto their view screen.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically going to try and take control of their comm system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hack the screen. So, but take a momentum for that one, though.
I will do.
Okay.
So still control and engineering, and communications and engineering to assist.
Yeah.
Engineering. We need 10 from the ship. Let's say. No help from the ship. We've got 14.
Because I bought a momentum, I'm allowed to re-roll a dice with my. No, I can't because I'm using engineering. I got 1 success and 2 19s.
Oh.
Wrestling close.
I'm afraid you don't get through.
In
We
the
are
mood
on to
for-
another action.
We just shoot them.
Yes. I don't know. I'm having a crisis of conscience, but because we did chew them up quite badly on the first round there.
So just to be, because you'd know this, when you first fired at them, they had shields down. They now have shields up. That you will know as a captain makes a world of difference to
Yeah,
them.
it's that's a different. Yeah, we've got the first drop on them. Okay. Thank you for trying, Davok. I'll open fire again from my console.
Okay.
4 phaser cannons.
Phaser cannons. And of course, you do have your phaser arrays as well.
Yeah, they are. Let's see, they only do 7 dice worth of damage when they hit.
Yeah.
But
They can spread over a wider area.
yeah, and also they're better if you're like if you're further away than close range. They don't get any. It doesn't get more difficult. So phaser cannons at anything other than close range gets difficulty 3, 4, and so on. So get really more difficult to hit.
I'm going to introduce a house rule as well because of this sort of crisis of conscience that you're having, and I'm confident that this is in line with the show. I'm going to say, as a minor action, you can reduce the power of the phasers.
Okay. Yeah,
But you have to tell me before you roll anything how many damage dice you want to use if you're successful.
Okay. Well, based on the fact the shields are still up, no, I think we're still going to go full guns on them on this one and whack those shields down.
Yeah, fair.
But that is an excellent house rule. I like that one very much.
Do you know what? I'm going to post that in the Facebook, in the Star Trek Adventures Facebook.
Yeah, that's good. Like a select reduce power phaser, reduce power weapons. Right, so I need to shoot. So that is control and security. And actually for me, I need 13s or less. And
Assisted
I
by
got
weapon and security.
excellent. So I got a 5 and a 6. Someone roll for the ship.
I better
I'll
not.
do it. Weapons
And
and
looking for a
security.
17 or less from the ship.
Yeah. That's a 4.
Okay.
So 1 momentum back.
1 momentum back. There we go. You're back to 5 momentum. So do
Actually,
your damage.
versatile too, as well. As we've hit, we gain more momentum.
Oh. You're up to full momentum.
Yes. So I've got. Thank you, Matt. I've got 8 dice here, so I'll just need to re-roll 1.
I've been making friends that have possibilities of pressure pots or vacuum chambers to get some better dice out.
Excellent.
Well, as it is, I'm actually going to have to re-roll some of those. So far, we've scored 1, 2, 3, 4 Starfleet symbols.
Okay.
And a 2 explosion. So 1, 2, 3, that's 6.
6.
Now I need to roll 1 more to make the full 9, and 3 were blank. So 3 were blanks out of that. So I'll roll 1 more to make the full 9, which is another Starfleet symbol.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 1 momentum and re-roll the 3, which came up with nothing. And we get 2 more Starfleet symbols and 1 explosion.
Okay, so a total of 10. As you blast their shields are still up. Just. You've reduced them to below 10%.
Nice.
Right, that concludes the first round.
Nice.
We are into the second round, and Livingstone's up first.
Ding.
I think.
Should we try and communicate again while we're on such a big?
Yeah, well, we've got
Okay.
plenty. We've got plenty of momentum, so we can, because it's the start of a round, and because our opponents haven't taken an action yet, we can, do minor action and action, and then we can spend 2 momentum to immediately take another turn. So basically, someone can have a go, and someone else can have a go if we burn the momentum to do it. So you get that sort of keep the initiative, but you can only get to do that like the first bit. You can't sort of do that later on in the round.
Captain, I do have an idea. Perhaps we could try and trick them. I might be able to trick them into thinking there are other Federation ships on their way here.
And scare them off with force of numbers, Mr. Zankir. Excellent.
Yes.
What's your plan? And make it happen.
Well, I have a focus in subspace communications, so I'm going to use that to roll some dice and hopefully succeed.
That sounds like an excellent way of doing things. Yes, I like that.
Yes.
So, what type of... Is it just the sensors you want to fool? Do you want to project holograms? Tell me how you want to do this.
I'm thinking just the sensors. Like, I want them to suddenly read like 3 or 4 other Federation ships on their way. If not like right on top of them, just kind of heading in.
To do that, you need to reset the macroscopic baryon harmonic inhibitor. That will solve your problem.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Mr. Davok, if you could assist Mr. Zankir in that with that very thing, that would be good.
Yeah.
Do assists work in rounds in ship combat?
I do now.
that's definitely
I like
GM's choice.
I like the bold idea, but I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Okay. You're on your own.
Okay. Is your intention to use the communication system to do this?
Yes.
Because if you use the security system, it'll be easier.
Oh.
But I know you've got a much higher score in communications.
Well, it depends what discipline you're going to have me roll on.
Daring. Oh, no, that's attribute. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Either security or communications. But that'll change the difficulty level.
I mean, I'm not bad at... Wait, which is communications? That isn't a discipline. What is that?
I
Oh,
think you
no,
mentioned
sorry.
control.
Con.
No, Con's flying the ship.
Yeah, that's
Hang
the
on,
helm.
which one's...
That's short for. Oh, no,
Which one do we
command.
use for communications? Let me... Sorry.
Command?
Da, 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 da. Engineering. Yeah, engineering or security.
Oh, I'll go security. I'll stay there.
Okay. Give me a daring and security roll, difficulty 3.
Ooh, I'm going to take a momentum for this.
Okay. It's a great plan. It's not an easy thing to do. Otherwise, everyone would do it.
Oh.
Everyone.
Because of my focus, I got 3 successes.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Yay!
Just.
Awesome. Oh, and you're assisted by the ship, of course. Sorry, I should have said.
Oh, yeah.
The ship's communications and security.
Communications and security. That's 13. I'll just chop one quick. 18 from the ship. No help.
Okay, no help from the
Bad
ship.
ship.
But
Alright,
you
so
do
after-
successfully.
As that goes through, I'll say, Captain, their sensors should be showing several other Federation vessels on their way if you want to use that against them.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Zankir. I think in that case, let us. So we take that as your action, as your round. We spend 2 momentum. We can immediately take another round for ourselves before. Oh, sorry, another turn ourselves
Yes, you
before
can.
the opponents do, and we will we'll just hail them, which of course is just a roll, because that will just be sending out. Now, if they choose to pick up the phone, that'll be fine. But we'll just tell them that there's Federation ships on the way. So I will open hailing frequencies.
Okay. Do you wish to do a minor action?
No. I don't
Before we
think
do
there's any-
this? No. Okay.
there's
Give
any
me
minor
a
action.
Control and engineering roll. Assisted by communications and engineering. Difficulty 0.
Okay, so control and engineering. I need 12s. Less, and I got a 7 and a 4 for me. So that's, I see, 2 momentum.
And a fail for the ship.
No.
Ship got a 19. I'm rolling a worrying amount of 19s tonight.
Well, we've had 3 already. Can we just stop tickling the dragon's tail, please?
I've rolled 2 myself, so today is
Yeah, the
nice.
other dice that I just rolled for that communications thing was also a 90. So
Take it carefully and place it in the other place.
Okay, so you successfully send a hailing frequency over. It is their go. I'm afraid you don't get any response to the hail.
Oof.
However,
Air loss.
they do
Rude.
engage their engines and warp the hell out of there.
They were
Bye.
breached. Those engines were breached.
Yes, that doesn't mean to say they're not operational.
Can we spend momentum to make them worse?
You
Wow,
could have done,
Oh,
when you roll damage, you can spend momentum to increase the damage.
Okay. So, should we go back to the anomaly then? Now they've gone.
Well, first of all, let's hail the convoy and the Klingons and see what's going on, see where they came from, And actually, Davok, can you scan the area just see if there's any other ships that match any of that signature? Let's make sure that they were on their own. I imagine they would be because they seem to think that there's a lot of Federation ships chasing them.
Okay, so what order did you want to do that in?
Okay, first of all, Davok, basically track, if you can, track their trajectory. Just see where they went or what direction they went.
That's going to be...
We attach a probe to them that we keep an eye on them for.
I think they've gone.
They've they're at warp now. Yeah. Give me a reason and science roll assisted by sensors and science. Because they're already at warp, I'm going to make this a difficulty 3.
I will buy... How many momentum have we got?
4.
4?
Should I buy 1? Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so 2 14s, which just meets my thing, so that's fine. And a 7, so I get 3.
3 successes. You successfully note that they go deeper into the Shackleton Expanse, and you've got the direction they were heading in.
All right, they've gone that way, Captain.
Thank you very much. Send that through to the helm. Helm, save that on the desktop. We might need that.
Just out of interest, was that the same direction the anomaly came from?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Right.
And the next thing, your hailing incoming hail button is blowing up at the moment.
Oh,
not literally, but
everyone wants us.
You appear to have
Which one's going
incoming
nuts?
hails.
Incoming hails on screen.
Which one?
All 3 of them.
You want a group chat? So, 3 figures. One of them is Captain Ackle from the Mupwe. The other 2 are freighter captains. Everyone is not talking at once. They are shouting and screaming at you. I'm not going to do this into a microphone because you don't. But the general upshot is they're wondering if you can explain where it is the hell you went when you were supposed to be staying and guarding this convoy. And oh look, one of the ships is now destroyed.
Oh, screen off. I have to explain myself to merchants.
Amy appears to have shrunk off the screen.
Davok is hiding.
No, I'm here. I'm fine.
Just check, Captain, are you actually ceasing communication?
Yes, they're screen off.
Okay.
What about the Klingons? So...
That'll defuse them.
Oh, they love it. They're Klingons.
Yeah. I believe they might be owed an explanation, Captain.
They will be one at a time. I'm not being shouted at en masse. Enough of that at work.
Well, you answered all the hails, Captain.
Yes, next time we'll actually we'll do the hails one at a time. I'm not quite sure I'm convinced on the Livingstone's group chat Zoom option.
Yeah. Whoever hosts the meeting can actually mute people, so we should have just muted them as they came in and then just let one speak.
Yeah, that would be better.
Next time.
Put them in breakout rooms just to...
Yeah. really let the synergy start flowing.
Now, I think before we start explaining everything, I need an explanation off Davok as to what on earth it is we were off there chasing in the first place. Davok?
Oh, we were chasing the anomaly.
Yes, I know that. that's what.
It was very important.
It was very important, right? How on earth am I supposed to convince a Klingon captain that? Well, apart from the fact that we shoot off their opponents, but that's hardly going to count for much. If we didn't actually destroy them, they ran before we could actually get any sort of blood on anything.
Bosh, I'd like to do a quick handheld scan of Davok. I want to see if there's any,
Okay.
neural issues or basically anything untoward.
Just check the neck.
I
I'll raise
understand.
my eyebrow.
Bear with me one moment. I need to look a thing up.
Nothing shifty going on here.
Nope.
Pay no attention.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, yes, please. In fact, you know what? Actually,
Yeah,
that's
should
a
we have
really
a...
good time for us to take a break.
Word
So
from
we
our
will be
sponsors.
back in a moment. Yes.
Doobity-doo-doo.
Don't go anywhere. That's an order.
So,
Oh yeah, tea.
Yeah.
Hailing frequencies are open.
And
I
hailing
need to-
frequencies are back open, as we found out that Johnny Depp did indeed win his case. But that's not a surprise to anyone, I would hope.
Well,
Anyway, what do we think is going on here then?
I
Won a
think
combat. So well done.
I think Davok is possessed by a space demon that may or not have tried to sleep with Eelin Wraal's grandmother.
Ow.
That old
Okay,
chestnut.
that's very specific.
I mean, Granny Wraal was a little bit free with her affections, I believe, but
Is that
A lady
the
of
bad
the-
Scottish accent?
Yes.
Bad Scottish accent episode. Okay,
Yeah.
so we need to work on our bad Scottish accents.
Or Dwarvish.
oh no. I can't do accents.
Is there any such thing as a bad Scottish accent, though? I mean,
Every accent is bad, depending where it's from.
Edinburgh. Hey. Right. Yes.
No, that was
Anyway,
more Glasgow.
so-
Edinburgh's a bit softer. So it goes up a little bit more. Glasgow goes down.
Glasgow.
Glasgow,
It's
before they
Glasgow.
bottle you.
And you go
Aye.
like with your words. Aye.
That's going a bit Dorset, that is. You're
Anyway,
very down,
Dorset.
very British. Right?
Well, don't forget I used to live in Cornwall, innit?
Oh, of course you did, yeah.
That's right, proper. Anyway, we're
Proper
getting off
girl, that one.
topic. So
Digression.
Bosh thinks it's space
I-
demons.
I would be
Excellent.
offended too, Jaunty, to be honest. So
Yes. Yes. Quite right too. Yeah. God, what's gone on?
what
It's
is
all got a
going
bit
on?
Pete Tong, hasn't it?
I don't
We're
even
not
know.
very good at the Starfleet malarkey, are we?
Look,
I
we
mean,
never
why
said
don't
we were
you-
Starfleet's finest. We just said we were Starfleet's next.
We are fantastic at Starfleet, just in the wrong century.
As we
Maybe
discovered.
I think maybe when we are in the Shackleton Expanse, maybe we're channeling a little bit of the old Atlantis here. Maybe it's just it's in space.
Well, having just reviewed those logs, it would be at the forefront of your mind. And maybe that's a way for the space demons to get in, eh, Bosh?
Exactly. So I'd like to scan Davok.
Okay,
Are you
we're
doing
bringing
this
us back in there.
physically?
I'm chief medical officer. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Doctor's orders and all that.
The Starfleet manual does say something about that, but
Okay.
you're just getting on and doing it. Give me. I mean, are you actively resisting this, Davok, or?
I just wondered if I noticed it or not.
I'm
Sounds
walking up
pretty
behind you and going,
overt.
Okay.
You get the whoop, whoop, whoop noise. Give me then a control and medicine roll. Going to say difficulty 1 in this occasion.
One. Well, my control is a 9 and my medicine is a 5. I got a 2, so that's below a 5.
It is.
And I got a hailing frequency symbol, so that is
right.
also below a 5.
That is 3, but you only get 1 momentum back, don't you?
Yeah.
1 momentum. But never mind. It's a success. So, you don't find anything particularly anomalous about
Easy for you to say.
Davok. The only thing you do notice that isn't even off kilter, but is perhaps slightly unusual given the circumstances, is the Kilari centre of Davok's brain. Looks like it's recently been in a state of stimulation. Now, the Kilari, I don't know what's coming here, is the psychic centre of the Vulcan brain.
Gotcha.
You are thinking of the colour blue.
Well, with 3 of the 4 of you wearing blue on the bridge, that would be unsurprising. Oh.
Captain, I think your actions a moment ago to just cut off communications made a little rash. Would you let me just give you a slight, minor sedative in your ready room where you should probably take the rest of the calls?
That's probably a good idea, Doctor. Yes, I'm. See, the guns on the sound of Livingstone's guns always stirs the blood, maybe a little bit too much.
Boom, 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 boom.
Mr. Zankir, you have the bridge.
Aye, sir.
And
do you want me to say anything to these Klingons, or should we just leave them on hold for now?
Just keep them on hold for a minute. Just don't answer the phone for a second. I will. I'll deal with that in just a moment. And I'll
just let it ring.
Yeah, just let it. I'll retire to my ready room.
The light is blinking away there.
The machine will pick it up. It's fine.
Captain, I reckon. First off, speaking to the Klingons is probably a good idea. We don't really want to get in a raft with them. I mean, I'm happy to give you a sedative if you like, but if this was just to get a conversation. Davok, as I'm sure you're aware, Vulcans have some hereditary telepathic abilities of various strengths. I don't quite know how strong a telepath or how strong a Davok is. However, with what had just gone on, I thought it best to do a quick check, and it seems that part of her brain has been stimulated, or his brain, sorry, has been stimulated recently. There might be outside forces. If you remember the log, there was about these. They didn't really know why they'd stole a ship and traveled in. I think Davok, much as he is a superb officer, may at this moment be a liability.
So you think that there is? Do you think that those with does this only affect people with who are predisposed to psychic abilities, or is this anyway? I mean, in the logs, there was a mix of, as I recall, there was a mix of people who were acting strangely.
Klingons and humans.
Is it just more likely that it's or more pronounced?
Do I know anything about whether or not there's any latent psychic ability in any other races, sort of non-expectant races like humans? But I suppose they could all be interbred. Some, like, you know, that human might have some betazoid grandparents that makes them 1/5 or something like that. But
psychic abilities amongst non-telepathic races is something that is being constantly studied, and there are new papers coming out all the time. Some people theorize that yes, it is possible for any sentient race to develop psychic abilities. Others say no, it's a genetic factor. To say that the scientific community is somewhat divided over the issue would be an understatement.
Captain, before we got brought into this, when we were still trying to work out what the hell was going on with our ship, Section 31 borrowed me without permission. And although I was heavily sedated, there was something, and it is only a fleeting memory for both Bosh and myself, that they were doing some sort of experimentation to give non-telepathic races some sort of telepathic ability. Yes, I don't know what that means, apart from that seems very relevant right now.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that, were they experimenting on you? Do you think you've developed, have any latent, is that why you feel that Davok has been affected?
I don't remember. I don't think I was. I think I was just borrowed. And Ferengi mental abilities are way in advance of you humans. well, not you human particularly, but
These humans.
these human, yes. So I think I was, obviously too complicated for their meager experiments. But a race as simple as the Vulcans, I could see it being a problem.
And what's your recommendation then, Doctor? Where do we go from here? Davok is still performing bridge duties admirably.
Yes.
And whilst it's unusual that he determined that we needed to go and continue chasing these bizarre anomalies, they are a point of issue out here. They've essentially damaged the Klingons, they've damaged the convoy and us.
Yes. I mean, we could use him as like a truffle targ.
To snaffle out the subspace anomalies,
Yeah.
or snaffle out the problem.
I would be a little concerned giving Davok full control of anything ship-wise.
Okay, that's noted, Doctor. And I will use the computer set I have in my ready room, and basically restrict Davok's access to only science station and science systems at the moment.
Cool. Now, if I was you, I would speak to the Klingons because they should surely be getting a bit.
I think they're probably
dirty.
hopping about a bit like a Targaryen frog.
Yeah.
Just to cut back to the bridge for a moment, sensors show another anomaly incoming.
Ooh, can I scan it?
Well, it's approaching quite rapidly. You can give me a...
We are going to need a bigger
reason
ship.
and science assisted by sensors and science. Difficulty 2. What are you scanning for?
To know what it
Just
is.
a general...
Yeah, what does it do?
Sort of
What is
scan.
it?
Okay.
Does it tell me? I got 2 success.
2 successes is a success.
So much to roll from this ship.
Assisted by sensors
what?
and science.
Sensors and science. Ooh, that's almost undoubtedly a fail. Sensors. Yeah, fail. That was an 18. Not quite a 19.
That one back in the tray, Chris. In the tray with your
The ship did like one good thing, and now it's just.
Pretty much it's good at shooting things.
Mm.
So the first thing you notice with your scan is that it is pretty much right on top of you and about to approach you. By scanning it, you know it's come from not quite, but not too far off the direction that the last one went.
Mm-hmm.
It is a massive disruption in subspace, is as much information as you can get. Everybody brace for impact as the anomaly now hits.
No!
Oh no!
Ah!
Crewman flies over console. Explosion in the background.
Ouch. So knock your shields down by 6.
Oh my god!
Is that a big hit?
Well, we only have 4, so yes.
Oh, okay. So
No,
we
no,
don't
we
have
don't,
Got
like.
more than
We
4
have-
shields.
We have 12.
God. I was going to say.
Shields down
We just had the
50%.
one shield.
We have 12 total, so we're on 6 now.
We modulate the hull plating.
However, well, the anomaly passes through as it hits and goes off again.
Feel all violated.
There are explosions on the Klingon ship and a massive explosion ahead of you as another of the freighters is destroyed.
It's not
Not
going
doing
The one at the back
Uh-oh.
this time.
Is the Klingon ship still there?
Did we just blow up the last one just so we don't have anything else to worry about?
What? And shoot the Klingons and then just sneak off home.
Yeah.
There is one freighter left. On the
convoy?
plus side, the incoming hails button, one of those has gone out.
Yeah, it's going to be quieter now. Thank goodness for that.
I'll open a channel to the captain. Captain, good news and bad news.
What the hell was that, Mr. Zankir?
Well, the good news is we don't have so many people trying to get in touch with us now.
Oh.
The bad news is another anomaly just wiped out one of the freighters.
Right, I'm returning to the bridge. One moment.
I mean, what kind of counsellor makes a joke about 30-odd people losing their lives?
A Tellarite one.
Oh, dear.
Right. I return to the bridge. A little warning next time, please, bridge team.
We didn't really have much warning.
Where did
it wasn't that way.
It was an anomaly.
An anomaly, a word that Amy can't say, but I'm sure Davok can.
It was an anemone.
A massive anemone.
Anemone.
Yeah.
Subspace thingy has headed in a direction below where you are.
So did it? And did you track its direction, Davok? I mean, is it similar to what? Is it what we've been? Is it the same thing as what keeps hitting us and knocking stuff out?
Yes, and
This
we
was going
can
the
easily
other way, right?
follow it. I heard that. Yes, follow it.
Okay, right. Hang on. Right. Yes, we will do that.
Okay.
First of all, engineering. Get those shields back up, please. I suspect this will not be the first time we'll have one of those. So please power the shields back up, regenerate shields. I want my ship protected. I'm not taking her back in bits.
Okay. As you're out of combat, I mean, if you allow enough time, that's easily...
That's going to be fantastic. Right. Open the channel to the Klingons.
I feel like this is too stressful.
Captain Akul is there, and he is furious. I'm not even going to attempt to.
I will let him vent for a few seconds because I imagine there's just a stream of Klingon epithets coming off the screen.
Oh, if you don't interrupt, you're learning quite a few new Klingon swear words, and
that's going to do a bit
there's
of
accusations. He is going to personally speed you on your way to Stovall.
I don't wish to interject, Captain, but that was anatomically impossible for a trill.
I'll let you correct him in person should we ever meet him. Captain, what is the status of your vessel?
The same as it always has been.
So,
we are out of power.
Excellent. Damaged and useless in combat. So do not threaten me with Stovo Core when you can't even maneuver your ship to turn around and shoot at me. Should you, you'll see what happened to the last one. Now then, I have been chasing these subspace anomalies which have been damaging this entire convoy. As well you've noticed. Where were you? What were you doing when the Orions attacked? It took us to come and save the rest of the convoy and yourselves. Now then, are you in a position to get your engines back online and follow us and get out of this area?
Remind me not to piss off Wraal.
Be a bit quieter from him. Right. How is that convoy captain? Is that freighter captain still ringing up? Because I'm sure he's probably gone a bit quieter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still going. Yeah. Right. Stick him on screen. Next, please. Step into Dr. Wraal's surgery.
Oh, I think I'd want to come back another day.
The lady captain of this looks absolutely terrified. She says, "What's going to happen? Are we all going to die?"
Captain, what's the status of your ship? Do you have engines?
I have engines. Yes, we've been waiting because the Klingons were down, and then you disappeared, and then you came
We've
back.
Discovered... Captain, it's okay. We will maneuver the Livingstone alongside you, and actually, I'll get first. First, can you extend our shields around the merchantman here?
Hi, Captain.
So
How many
we'll,
people have we killed today?
not as
Control and
many as we did first
security.
series.
Control and security, assisted by structure and engineering. Difficulty 2.
To be fair, we haven't actually killed anyone. The anomaly
No,
One
and the freighter and
success.
the Orions have killed several people.
it was all a terrible accident.
I don't know about
Let's
the
throw them
ship.
all into the sun again.
Like the poor whales.
I'll roll for the
Don't do the
ship.
ship,
What was the ship?
Livingstone.
That is structure and engineering.
Was hopefully it's a difficulty 1.
Difficulty 2.
Then we just miss out. Structure and engineering is a 9, and I rolled a 10.
yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so where this freighter has obviously lots and lots of cargo pods, and as much as Livingstone is a bit bigger than the standard Defiant class, it is still pretty titchy next to this long row of cargo pods. You just can't get the shields around it, and you can't get the shields around just the front end of it. It's like an all or nothing thing.
Okay, based on that, we could chase it. We could chase these anomalies all day, but we need to get this freighter out of here. Captain, can you lock your helm in on our helm and course coordinates, and we'll set course for the array, and we will continue if you're at full impulse, unless we can go to warp in the end.
You can go to warp if you want to go to warp.
Can they go to warp?
Oh, we can. Yes, yes. Our engines are. Yes, our engines are okay. But what about Captain Akul?
Well, his engines are out. We'll leave him to follow along in due course. You'll be quite safe with
Captain,
us for the moment.
If I may,
Mute.
we can't just leave the Klingons here. They will be killed by another anomaly. We've seen the frequency these things come. I don't know how many more hits the Klingons can take, and as annoying as they are, we cannot just leave them to die.
You're probably right. Okay, we'll keep the Livingstone where it is. Should we get another anomaly incoming? First, do you think you can modulate the shields, coordinate with engineering, and actually, if not throw the shields around the merchantman, extend our shields out like a breakwater?
If you did that, it would push the merchantman away.
But now I've scanned the anomaly a few times, would I be able to modify our sensors so we could pick it up further away?
Ooh,
We've got more time to react.
Good thinking.
An excellent idea. Do you want to do this quickly or take your time? It could potentially take a day if you take your time over it.
Let's do this swiftly.
Okay.
Davok's patch.
Because each of the anomalies has been different in strength, which is going to affect how difficult it is to determine the distance from them, it's going to be a daring and science roll.
Okay.
Assisted by sensors and science. Difficulty 4.
Alright. I need to buy a dice. And
Buy a
with my
dice.
focus in either astrophysics or computers assist me.
I'll.
The astrophysics, please.
No, because that's stars. That's specifically stars.
I'm a star.
I'm going to say no on this occasion.
Okay, then that's fine. So we need to success in all 4 dice then. I'm
Um,
rolling
but-
3.
Zankir, do you have any talents or anything where you can transfer your focuses?
I don't believe so.
Okay. I don't know of any talents where you can just transfer a focus. I'm just
No.
trying to think of what there is might be to help you.
We got this.
I've got advisor, which if I assist with command, I can allow a reroll, but that's only if it would require the command.
I buy in a dice with momentum, so I can reroll one dice.
Okay.
Mine.
You can add another dice with threat. It gives you a threat for an additional dice, as long as you don't max out more than 5.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I buy a dice with momentum, and I buy a second dice with threat.
Okay.
I can re-roll one of the dice, and then so that gives me 4 dice, and the ship is 5.
And this is sensors and science for the ship, right?
It is.
Rolled.
Yes.
2 10s, so that's 2 successes so far.
Okay.
1 for the ship.
I rolled a 19 and a 3, so that's another success. So that's 4.
Get 4 successes. Davok, you believe you have extended the range of the ship's ability to detect these anomalies.
Right, that should give us more warning to react.
And as you do so, the panel you're looking at lights up.
Oh no!
These things seem to be streaking all throughout the quadrant.
They're everywhere.
But can you see more of them though? Can you see a gap to get through?
I mean, there's certainly plenty of gaps, but Davok, give me an insight and science roll and just tell me what the score is.
Just the 1 dice.
No, 2 dice. Two dice.
One success.
With a success, you feel you've seen this. It's not a pattern, but you've seen something similar before. And it takes you a little moment, but you remember Brownian motion. Brownian motion, where molecules fly off in seemingly random directions. This looks quite similar to the motion.
Oh.
But yes, there's certainly gaps. When I say it's all over the quadrant, there are dozens and dozens of these, but a quadrant is quite big. Space, it says, is big.
It's
really
big.
big. Might think it's a long way down to the shops for a packet of crisps, but that's nothing compared to space. Anyway.
So we have essentially I take it with that our sensors gives us a bigger, wider view of the area, and we can now see where there are any of these anomalies and that they're moving.
Within a certain range, yes. I mean, your sensors will pick them up much sooner now.
So we won't get hit again, hopefully. That was the idea.
I mean, yes, Zankir, you're quite right. We can't leave the Klingons per se, but then we can't sit here all day waiting for days on end, waiting for our freighter friends to be knocked to pieces by subspace anomalies.
We could see if they are open to the idea of us sending engineers over, as we were going to do.
That's true. That was
if they'll talk to us.
That sounds like how persuasive are you feeling, Mr. Zankir? You have a good turn of phrase with a Klingon.
I could try. I don't know. I'm not sure how receptive they're going to be, but I'll do my best.
Well, I gave him a flea in his ear a minute ago, and that felt better. But maybe a change of face might do well. So I'll let you communicate with them from your station. Then it'll be just you on screen.
Aye, sir. I will open a hailing frequency to the Mapui.
You don't get a response. However, there is an incoming warp signature.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crikey. Davok,
Captain, we have something coming in.
Davok, what's that warp signature look like? If it's a massive
Incoming.
megvar, I'll be very displeased.
It's coming this way.
The freighter captain, who you've had on mute for some time,
Oh, yeah.
shuts off communication.
Sorry, I forgot.
Oops.
Is she still there? Has she just like gone off and done something else? She's vanished from the
Freighter, well, yeah, she's been there waiting. For anybody who was noticing, she did look down and appear to read something before shutting the communication down.
She read something.
How did she look, like surprised or worried, or could we get a
she
good
looked
read on
terrified.
her emotions?
I mean, she looked terrified
Okay.
throughout. That didn't
Okay.
Done nothing to
Shame.
reassure her.
This has been a really bad day, freighter captain wise.
It has, yeah.
So
Yeah,
what
not a great
signature
time.
is it?
It is a Klingon warp signature. And there is a new incoming hail.
Ah, great.
I think you better take this one, Captain.
I'll take this one. Thank you, Mr. Zankir. Yes, just stand by. Stand by just in case. On screen.
And a Klingon appears on the screen. You can now tell, by the way, it is a Moog-class battlecruiser incoming. And all the Klingon says is, "Livingstone, return to Narendra Base now." And the communication shuts off.
Don't think we take orders from Klingon.
Let's go rogue.
Well, we were told that they're leading this convoy, right? Before we left.
Well, they...
No, we just put them. This is a Federation convoy. We just put them out on point to give them something to look at, because it.
I thought we were told they were taking point on this.
No, I told them to go out front right.
Well, I'm glad
As
I
you're
made no
discussing
decision.
this, a Moog-class battlecruiser drops out of warp above you.
Oh no.
Quick, check how big it is compared to us.
If
has it
that's
blotted out-
you, that's it.
It's blotted out the sky. Oh,
We've
great.
got speed on
Really,
our
really
side,
has.
yeah?
We've got it right where we want
Yes.
it, Captain.
What's because our crew complement's in the hundreds, isn't it?
Oh, those
Is it?
could die.
Well,
I thought
they're
it was just a...
or maybe less. Their crew complements about 2,500.
Fun.
So they're quite big, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We might
it'll
not wanna
easily
piss them
take
off.
on a galaxy class. Easily.
And we're not one of those, are we?
No.
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 No. We should probably...
Do
Not
as
fight.
we're told.
It's trained its weapons on you.
Yes.
And there is an
Oh.
incoming hail.
Let's put them back on screen. Go ahead.
Same Klingon. Orders from Admiral Hubbard. Return to base now or be destroyed. And the communication
Harsh.
shuts off.
That's harsh from a Federation admiral. Not sure I entirely believe that. Should we take the freighter with us? I think we should. I don't want to leave them lying around here. Just signal the freighter. Follow Livingstone.
You get no response from your signal. And in fact, the IKS Moog has extended its shields around the freighter.
Oh,
Oh, well, that's fine then.
I mean, it's a much, much bigger ship. They
it's
can do
easy.
it quite easily.
It's easy. Yeah, it's not going to have any problems doing that. Probably got more dice to throw as well. Okay. Yes, Doctor.
You wouldn't trust me with wounds. This is first, but
Oh, sorry. Sorry, first. Carry on.
They look so alike.
Yeah, I know.
Easy mistake to make.
Yeah. I think
first slightly softer spoken.
it's probably worth heading back before we cause any more issues. I mean, I'm sure we could take them, but it's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, and there is one. There is another. They do have a friend who maybe can't drive anywhere, but has still got guns. Okay,
Yes.
helm, set course Narendra Station, and engage. Only warp 3.
Okay, and indeed, you start heading back towards Narendra Station. What would you like to do en route?
Train sensors back on those Klingons and see what the hell they're doing whilst we're very slowly tiptoeing away.
Davok, as you look down at your screen to operate the sensors, you see there is an anomaly. It's some distance away, fortunately, but it will intersect with your current warp path if you don't veer out of the way.
I will convey this information and suggest we go out of the way.
Okay, Davok, is it? Does this particular anomaly? Is it en route? Is it heading back towards that freighter and the Klingons?
It's heading towards us.
But not in a direct. It's more like you're heading that way, and it's going to cross over, so it won't go anywhere near the freighter.
So we need to speed up.
Okay, helm, take evasive action around that anomaly, please.
Okay, that's easily done with the new sensors.
Fantastic.
Not
And
new
once
sensors,
we're
but with the new sensor range, as it does pass, I have just sent someone a message.
and I think we should actually, when we're out of the way of the Klingons, I'm suspecting that we're not actually going to be heading all the way back to Narendra Station. We're just going to stop here, actually.
Are we not following Starfleet orders?
I'm not entirely certain that a Starfleet admiral, even one as jolly as Colin, will be telling me to get back to base or be destroyed.
And to do it via a Klingon and not deliver the message personally.
Yes.
Seems suspect.
Can
Yes.
we send a communication?
Yeah, if we can, actually, let's see if we can open a channel to Colin.
Long range comms to.
Unfortunately, because of the subspace distortions, you can't have you can't set up a live chat, but you can transmit a message.
Okay, well,
Take maybe 5-10 minutes to get a response.
Yeah, well, we'll send a message basically outlining what we've seen, what we've done, and confirm orders to return or be destroyed by Klingons, please, Colin.
Okay, I'm going
make sure
to
it's
ask
to
you to
Colin.
tell me what it is that you are saying happened.
Oh God!
This is very pertinent.
It's all right for you lot. I'm the one who's always up before either Colin, who's at least pleasant, or Admiral Janeway, who's really scary to have to stand in front and explain what you've done. Especially when it's another set of colonists murdered, dead. Okay. Report will read: subspace anomalies have been detected, which are extremely hazardous to shipping. One freighter has already been destroyed by them. A second freighter has been destroyed by an Orion pirate. Not all Orions are pirates. This just one happened to be. By an Orion pirate who was engaging the convoy. Klingon escort has been damaged and is dead in space. And we are in the process of returning, having been threatened with destruction on your behalf by a Klingon battlecruiser.
Okay, so
Might
you're
actually
not
put
mentioning that you left the
addendum
convoy.
to that. Well, I'll just put an addendum to that. That our science officer has found a way of extending ship sensors to detect these anomalies at a greater range, which may well be able to be passed on to other ships in the area. But as far as we know, these are very hazardous to shipping. Unless you're a well-shielded Starfleet ship.
Okay. You send the message. Are you remaining stationary while you wait for the response?
Yeah, we're not heading all the way back, and hopefully we're going to be at least distant enough from the Klingons that they won't be able to go. They will position ourselves so far away that they won't be able to come to us before we get the response.
Okay.
And that's light years.
5 minutes go by. 10 minutes go by. 15 minutes go by.
Keep pressing refresh.
Yeah.
Send and receive.
F5, F5. It's not dead.
27 minutes go by and you receive a response. It is directly from Admiral Hubbard. Livingstone, return to Narendra Station immediately and report to Ops as soon as you arrive back. Admiral Hubbard.
That sounds...
Does this seem grumpy?
Yeah, it didn't sign it, Colin.
Yeah. I think we're
Can we tell if that actually came from where it said it came from? Or if maybe someone else sent that message?
But like,
Yeah.
There would have to be, there presumably some sort of security coding in it.
Yeah.
Especially Zankir, who I keep wanting to call Zankir.
Big Russian
Everyone's got
boxer.
an E on the end of their name as a
Sideburns.
nickname.
Zankir, you can give me a control and engineering roll. It's only going to be difficulty 1, and you're going to be assisted by the ship's communications and engineering.
I am still going to take a momentum for this just in case. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like
'cause
this is
the-
very important.
The ship's only a 10.
Yeah, and if I'm doing, was that control and engineering? I'm an 11 for this, so it's still risky. I take it my focus in subspace comms comes into play here.
Yes, it would, definitely.
All right. No, I got to roll a 1 for that, so it doesn't really matter. But... Here we go. I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Anything from the ship?
Okay,
Yeah, I have not rolled for the ship.
Okay, I'll do
Someone
this.
else do it.
So what we're looking for the ship from...
Less than 10.
Less than 10. We've got a 17.
17. Okay, the ship's of no help, but your own ability and knowledge, particularly with subspace communications, this appears to have every single protocol, marker, piece of coding, everything appears to make it looks as valid as it's possible to be.
Is it too good? No.
well, you know, he did send us out on a job, and that job was to protect these freighters. And we kind of just sucked them off, and a couple of them died. So it's no wonder he's pissed off. Wants us back before we cause any protected.
Yeah, that's the last time I'm listening to Davok and just going off on a wild goose chase.
I like how it's we now.
Yeah.
We went on going on a wild goose chase. We came back with good stuff. Look at the sensors. Look at all this additional information I've got you.
Look at how many Bothans died to bring us this information.
Captain, the signal appears to be above board.
As legitimate as you could imagine, Mr. Zankir. Very well. In that case, helm, set course for Narendra, and engage warp 5. Still
Okay.
not releasing there.
It's still, it's going to take you a couple of hours. Anything you'd like to do en route?
Stand down red alert, actually.
Oh yeah, good call.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can rest my eyes.
Your shields are back up to full strength now,
Back in the warp zone.
just as they shut down. Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna go off and be on my own somewhere.
Okay.
Davok's gone for some inner contemplation.
Hmm.
That's gone skipping.
Actually, yeah, I did some skip rope. Can we bring up any? Or can I bring up any information on the our Klingon battle cruiser who was sent out to so abruptly bring us home?
The Moog class.
Oh, the actual ship. It's the actual shipping. What was its name?
You didn't get an identification for it.
Oh, right, which one that was, or the captain? Okay, I was just going to try and get some actual background on the actual ship and captain itself.
Yeah, you'd have to know what ship it was and which captain.
Okay. Suspicious I'm going around with no IFF showing. Make a note of that.
I want to go through as much of the Section 31 database on medical. Anything to do with medical experiments on giving telepathy or similar.
Okay, interestingly, you start doing going into those files. They're locked out.
That's not.
I'm going to go and have a word with Zankir. I seem to be locked out of medical files.
I can't imagine why. I thought we were given access to
Exactly.
the database.
So just to be clear, you know that you don't have access to all of Section 31's records.
Okay.
There is a lot. Like with any organisation, there are various security levels. And this is basically above your pay grade. Bosh.
Would it be above mine? Can I try and get in there?
I don't know. Are you telling me exactly what you were looking for there, Bosh?
Yes.
You know instantly from that subject that is a top security level subject. No, you don't even
I
know
don't think
who would have access.
I don't think I'm going to be able to help you here, Doctor. That is also above, well, much, much above my pay grade.
Oh. All right, I'll just keep going around the periphery and see if there's anything that might relate, anything in the database about to telepathic coercion or anything like that.
Is there anything in Section 31's databases or information that we've had from so far relating to these anomalies that we can add to or gain from? So is it anything that we've picked up? Is it worth us basically sticking Davok's patch into the Section 31 database so that other Section 31 ships in the area, should they be there, can benefit from it? Is that worthwhile?
Well, in fact, when you try to look at the anomalies on the Section 31 database, it redirects you to the Federation database.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is where the information is. It's not Section 31 information. That would also suggest that Section 31 doesn't have any more information about the anomalies specifically than the Federation does. Yes, you can add that to the Federation, here's how to detect them at further range. You can definitely do that. And There is a name that comes up that I need to look up. Oh my goodness. Where's my book gone? I've forgotten the name. That's not good. Nope. I can't find my book. Bear with me, everyone. Talk amongst yourselves a moment. That's not talking.
Interesting way of talking.
Yeah.
We don't get points for knocking out freighters, do we?
Yes. Here we go.
Like asteroids.
Yes. The chief Federation scientist studying the anomalies is Dr. Taliaferro. Which is a name you might recognise.
We met
I recognise that name.
on the station.
Very briefly.
Mm.
Or I don't think you met. I think Colin referred to her.
Mhm.
Yes, Chief Science Officer of the station.
That's Colin. Oh, sorry, yes. No, Dr. Taliaferro, Chief Science. Yes. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be the expert in the anomalies.
Now, we still, actually, thinking out loud around my bridge crew here, we still have some of that convoy's cargo in our holds, don't we?
We do.
You have some dilithium.
I forgot about that.
Thinking we just sell it and get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of actually heading to Array 35 and seeing why it's needed there so desperately. Maybe handing over what we've got.
Good
I
point.
mean, I feel like we should follow the orders, though.
Yeah.
We will be indeed following our orders just via manoeuvring around these many subspace anomalies. Getting in our way constantly.
And we are as well fixing our mistake in, we need to help them deliver all of their most of some of their delivery
A portion
to
of
the array. Yeah.
Well,
At least a third of their delivery needs to get there.
Yeah.
It was very important that everything went there. And then all of a sudden, it's very important that the convoy is left there with a Klingon sat on it.
because we
Another
killed a
Klingon's
bunch
left
of
there.
people.
And we have to come back.
We did not kill
We
anyone.
haven't shot anyone who we didn't have to. We didn't even murder the Orion pirates. We just scared them off.
Fair.
It sounds very much like a phasers don't kill people argument.
But they wouldn't send us out into space. They wouldn't send us out into space with phasers attached if we weren't supposed to use them. Actually, yes. Helm, adjust course. I want to head to Array 35 on the way home.
That would be in the complete reverse direction of where you are. 'Cause we're heading there in the first place.
We're going to be avoiding an awful lot of subspace anomalies which are in between us and Narendra Station. Isn't that right, Helm?
Helm remains quiet on the subject.
If I'm not mistaken, Captain, these anomalies have been doing a number on our sensors. There's no telling which direction we could be flying in at any particular moment.
Excellent, Mr. Zankir. Could you log that in the ship's log that it seems to be playing havoc with our navigational array, and that we will
I will
immediately
make sure to do that.
we'll be heading back to Narendra Station as directly as we possibly can once we've got our navigational sensors back sorted.
So you're doing a U-turn, yes?
We're doing a very, very, very slow U-turn. We're just not stopping and turning around. It's definitely sort of like this.
But a zigzaggy, but you
Yeah, we
are
definitely
52.7.
pointing in the opposite direction.
pulling the helm,
Okay.
over and over steadily. And
Okay.
yes, maximum warp to Array 35.
Okay. So yes, as you do your very, very slow 23 points turn. And you kick it into maximum warp and head directly for Array 3-5. And about 5 minutes into the journey back, you drop out of warp. The ship power's down.
Oh.
Life support's still up, but everything is non-operational. And that's where we leave it for this week.
Oh,
Section 31 switches off.
What is happening?
This is.
What hellish game is this?
I think we've done some bad things. Just telling off.
We've done much worse. Look, did you see season 1? We've done a lot worse than this.
And that was before Section 31.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is,
Do we
Well,
know?
that was why Section 31 recruited you in the first place.
Yeah.
Do we know how many lives were on the freighters that got destroyed?
Like 15.
37 on the first one that exploded. 34 on the second one.
Or was it 35?
always 35.
I'm glad I'm not in charge.
I don't scan for life signs. They'll always change.
Well, intrigue.
Hmm.
Intrigue.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I just want it. I want it known. I don't trust anyone right now. Not the Klingons, not the Admiral, not Davok. Wraal, I'm iffy about.
Davok causing havoc. Yeah.
Look, everyone's always iffy about me. I still haven't got in a spacesuit and gone outside and scrubbed off the Wraal blows, which someone wrote on the outside of it in season 1. Yeah, looking at you, Usher.
Well done, everyone. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
We did
Ooh.
it.
So,
Well,
you have
We're not dead.
reached the end
we're
of
doing something.
Done something.
Convoy 559 or whatever it was called.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
Just Convoy 5 now.
SE-119.
Not really a
Convoy
convoy when there's only
SE-119.
one, is there?
That's the one. It was the 119th convoy in the Shackleton Expanse.
It was.
Oh, there'll be plenty more.
It was.
And technically, as
yeah.
we're the only thing that's moving around with cargo still on it, that makes us Convoy 120.
Oh, no, there's another
I mean, that's a
freighter.
stretch.
And it was only part of one of the freighter's cargo. You just took off the most valuable.
Yeah.
and then got them blew up. Oh no, that doesn't look suspicious at all.
Well, isn't it a good job that the valuable bit of the cargo is on board us and isn't A, pinched by an Orion pirate, B, blown up by a subspace anomaly?
Yeah,
Well,
it will
the
need this
irony
to start
is-
off on new lives.
The dilithium came from the one remaining freighter.
Ah, we couldn't even get that right.
It also means that the valuable bit isn't now in the possession of a very heavily armed Klingon.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just think they're on our
Mm.
side.
They're your allies.
Yeah. Well, we're not anymore because we're just killing everyone.
It's a marriage of convenience. It's not. There's no love there.
Yeah, we were really stretching the definition of the word ally towards the end there.
The Livingstone stretches many definitions for most things.
Oh, we
It
do.
does indeed.
But
Well,
as
make
long as
sure
we don't
you're
end up in
joining
the
us.
same. I was going to say, as long as we don't end up in the same history book chapter as the Equinox, we'll be fine.
Mm.
I feel like you're heading in that general direction.
Yeah.
It's got to be said.
I'm going to put a picture of it on the wall here and just as a reminder, like, don't go there. I don't think it'll work, but it can only help.
Keep away from the dark side. Fantastic. Well, join us hopefully in a fortnight's time. We all good at the moment for a fortnight?
Should be.
Yes.
Fantastic. And in the meantime, don't forget you can chat to us on Discord, give us your opinions on the show, all the rest of it. But for now, peace and long life, and live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.